So a couple of weeks ago, we finally got the highly anticipated GTA 6 trailer, and let me tell you something, it was good. Although I've built myself a reputation here on YouTube as a grown man-child who plays children's games and likes to talk about random topics no one cares about, I am still a massive fan of the Grand Theft Auto franchise, which is kinda funny since one of my interests can be labeled as super violent and inappropriate, while the other is wholesome and cute. Like most of the kids I grew up with, I was an Xbox 360 connoisseur, and my first GTA games on that console were GTA 4 and GTA 5. Both of these games I had got from my local Kmart before the company fell victim to the rise of online shopping, and the way I got both games was actually really peculiar, since we have to remember I was like 11. Kmart was always just really scuffed. The whole place just had a vibe that made it feel like everyone working there just didn't care about anything, which was really good for baby lions, since the person in the tech aisle was always like a 16-year-old kid and probably couldn't buy GTA themselves if they wanted to, and had no care in the world about what games they were selling to who, meaning I was able to get a mature-rated game as a non-mature person. I sunk so many hours into both of these games, whether it was the story mode or online, but also, interestingly enough, these aren't the first games I played in the Grand Theft Auto franchise. So allow me to tell you about that time GTA was on the Nintendo DS. The year is 2009. Every adult is struggling to buy property due to the recent financial crisis and ongoing subprime mortgage crisis. But while all of this nonsense was going on around me, I was vibing on my Nintendo DS Lite. The DS has had such a major impact in my life and basically kickstarted a bunch of my interests, like my passion for Nintendo, my Pokemon addiction, my inability to go 2 seconds without some kind of sensory overload, and also my love for running people over. In GTA Chinatown Wars, not in real life. Please don't arrest me. Releasing on March 17th, 2009, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars took the world by storm. Not necessarily because it's the best-selling or most popular game ever, but because it is one of the most obscure entries into the Grand Theft Auto franchise and is nothing like the games we know and love. To fully understand this game, we first have to go back to 2008, when the world fell in love with Grand Theft Auto 4. Located in the fictional equivalent of New York City, GTA 4 quickly became a critically beloved title, and everyone with an Xbox or PlayStation was just eating this game up. But then there were the Nintendo fans who had to sit tight, starving, since they decided to buy a Wii or DS, and those consoles are baby boy consoles with no power. It was a really emotional time for Nintendo fans in 2008 that wanted to play GTA, since the only option they really had was to dust off their old GBA and play GTA 1, 2, or Advance. But then came E3. On July 15th of 2008, at the Kodak Theater in semi-beautiful and most of the time disgusting Los Angeles, California, Nintendo did their E3 press conference, which is usually a really exciting time for annoying people, but this year was actually kinda ass. The whole presentation was just really weird, and add on the fact that none of the major Nintendo franchises we love got new entries other than Animal Crossing, E3 2008 easily became the laughingstock of Nintendo presentations. Most of the headlines from this E3 included Wii games like Wii Music and Wii Sports Resort, since the company really wanted to drive home the fact that this console was healthy and you should buy it because you are obese. They had Shaun White there and just kept yapping about health and living a positive lifestyle, but who cares about any of that when you have a Nintendo DS? Once they finally got around to talking about this little handhelds, they began cooking a little bit. We got a Guitar Hero on Tour announcement, Spore, and Pokemon Rangers. But then, after revealing these titles, Cammy Dunaway stood there and passionately said that Grand Theft Auto was getting an exclusive game on the Nintendo DS. As for the actual game announcement, it was said that GTA Chinatown Wars was gonna release this winter, but it ended up getting pushed to March of the next year, which usually would be a big deal and I would complain and be sad and throw a hissy fit, but in the case of this game, it's not really even an issue since the game was being developed from the ground up in a totally new engine and included features we had never seen in other GTA games, so a bit of a delay was to be expected. Also, the development process for this title is a really fascinating story, since a Nintendo World Report article discussed how there were 900,000 lines of code written that were hand optimized for this title, and clearly when you play the game, you can see all of the hard work put into it. Once the game finally made its way to store shelves, we saw something amazing. Positive critic reviews from everyone. You now may be wondering, LaiyenZ, how the hell did you even play this game in the first place? Weren't you like 9 years old? Well, we can all thank Kmart once again. Kmart was just a very goated place to buy games at a young age, since it used to have a clearance video game aisle in the back that had a bunch of loose games just sitting around on sale. Now, 99% of the time, these games were just random junk shovelware, but occasionally we saw an outlier, and I got really lucky to find Chinatown Wars for only around 20 bucks, which is all I had saved up for my illegal elementary school gambling ring. I will admit, when I bought the game, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I hadn't heard of GTA Chinatown Wars since I was 9 years old, and I was just expecting it to be like the GTA games I was constantly watching on YouTube videos. But I have to say, I was definitely left surprised. When most of us think of GTA, we think of the 3D style where you're roaming a city on foot and doing missions that way. But Chinatown Wars takes a very different approach that is heavily inspired by the original GTA games, where you're playing from an entirely top-down perspective. Honestly, in regards to the gameplay, I hope none of you get mad at me over this, but Baby LaiyenZ kinda hated this game. I really didn't enjoy the way cutscenes were done in this title. It felt like a visual novel, and as a kid, I wanted fast, action-packed gameplay, which was happening in the game, don't get me wrong, but not like how I had wanted it to. I wanted on-foot, in-your-face assault to occur, like GTA San Andreas or GTA 4, but all I could really do was just drive around. LaiyenZ, you've been glazing this game all video. What do you mean you didn't like the title? Well, yeah, I didn't really like the title, but that was me when I was a kid. Luckily, I've gone through many story arcs and development, and recently went back to the game to have one of the best gaming experiences I've had in a while. The game's story that I ignored as a child is so interesting and engaging. I'm not going to really spoil it much here since I want you all to play the game for yourselves, but also if you think I am spoiling the game right now, screw you, it's been out for over a decade now. The game takes place in Liberty City, just like GTA 4, but the story and characters are entirely different. The protagonist is Huang Li, a triad member, which is basically an organized criminal group that is based in China, but also has a reach in areas with heavy Chinese populations, hence why they are in Liberty City, Chinatown, you know? Long story short, Li was gifted a cool sword by his dead dad, but then the sword got stolen, so it's up to him to find it. But while on this very emotional journey to get the sword back, a bunch of silly old shenanigans happen, and Li ends up in a bit of a sticky situation. Okay, I'm realizing now that the explanation of the plot that I'm giving right now kinda makes this game seem stupid and boring. Trust me, it's not. Just ignore me, okay? Just erase what I just said, okay? Play the game, okay? Stop. Make an opinion of your own. Okay, thank you for watching this super random, super scuffed, super random video. I hope you enjoyed. I just randomly, sporadically woke up today and wanted to talk about this game. New videos coming soon. Make sure to subscribe, please. I'm begging. Bigger number, better person. I want to hit 50k subs so bad so I can feel better about myself. Comment down below if you knew about this game. Drop a like and follow my Twitch. I stream on Twitch. I'm playing Ocarina of Time right now. now. It's epic. Go watch.